Hi guys, welcome to another Oktoberfestbier review. Got the good old fashioned Oktoberfest style music on in the background. Got my Bavarian snake. Got an Oktoberfest beer, but unfortunately I don't have any traditional Oktoberfest style food. But I do have some vegetarian slash vegan falafel that I picked up from the local supermarket. I've been experimenting with a lot of meat substitutes just out of curiosity, and I've actually tried some really interesting ones. So yeah, got nice food, got a good beer, and then we've even got dessert with some cinnamon stars. Uh, I'm in a bit of a chirpy mood, even though I don't feel that great. I've just come off, well, I don't know, it's like I feel a bit better one day, and then the next day I just get congested, I'm out of breath, blah blah blah. Luckily, I'm okay, but it's like the day before I fly back to England for 11 days. So it's sod's law that as soon as I get off that aeroplane with all that horrible air, I'm going to be like a mess for like a few days. But I feel okay, and I had a beer in the fridge that I want to drink before I leave. And I wanted to do this because I didn't want to leave it here, even though I've only gone for 11 days. It's not going to go flat or anything like that. But I wanted to drink it fresh. And that is the Augustiner-Bräu Oktoberfest beer, which is clocking in at 6.3%. Really nice artwork on that. Nice and traditional looking. I don't know why, but that sort of reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Don't know why, very obscure reference there. But yeah, very traditional, and as most of you guys know, I am a big fan of the Augustiner-Bräu Hellas lager beer. I think that's probably my favourite Hellas in general, to be honest. And yeah, hopefully this one will be a good one. I say hopefully, I did pick up 2 bottles because it's actually the first time I've seen it. And this, Augustiner Augustiner, I should say, are from Bavaria, so Munich in Bavaria, and I'm in Bavaria, in Regensburg, so I was very surprised that this isn't up there in most of the shops like the Paulaner, the Spartan, the Hackeshaw, Löwenbräu, Hofbräu, that sort of thing. But yeah, finally picked up a couple of bottles, and I thought I would shoot a beer review. That's if I actually had a bottle opener, though. Oh, there it is. It's on the toaster, naturally. So, let's get this beer opened. I might do a Louisiana beer review style and just eat while I'm doing the beer review. Well, I'll taste the beer first and have a little nosh. So, using my Lamsbräu, sort of like a Pilsner glass. I don't know. Yeah, I like this glass. It's nice and pretty. Even though, with an Oktoberfest beer, you want to have a nice big stein. Even though I don't have one here, unfortunately. But yeah, beer in a glass. And, oh, by the way, I'm having a chipotle chili sauce with smoked chilies with my falafel. Which, it's like vegetarian falafel. Isn't falafel just made out of, predominantly based with chickpeas anyway? I don't know if there are meat products in a falafel. I'm not too sure. But yeah, anyway, beer in a glass, and that is a nice pale golden colour, straw-like in appearance, very, very clear, nice amounts of streaming carbonation there, and beer didn't really pour with a head at all. It's just like a small lining of very bubbly white head, and yeah, it's a paler lager, so I'm not expecting like a Märzen style flavours. But yeah, it looks pretty enough, especially on a day like this. It's the 5th of October today, and it's getting cold now, which is good. I'm all hoodie with a scarf inside because I want to be comfortable because I feel a bit meh. But yeah, it's nice and cool outside. Sun is shining. And yeah, the beer looks good, so let's see what it smells like. Gotta say, you're not really picking up anything on the aroma, to be honest. Maybe a slight brown bready, rye bread sort of aroma. like a freshly baked one. Maybe a hint of like a plain biscuit as well. You do pick up those malts there. That like slightly earthy but ever so slightly sweet lager malt. But yeah, apart from that, really not much to tell on the aroma. So let's see if the flavour is any better. Prost. Well, as you saw, that is very, very drinkable. It's got a nice sense of crispness, but it's got a little bit of depth to the body. Not in like a Märzen or a Dunkel style, but it's a little bit heavier than, like, let's say the Augustiner-Bräu Festbier. It's got a nice like hoppy spiciness to it on the front end as it goes in the mouth, which is what I usually pick up with like a Pilsner, to be honest. Very slight citrusy tones in the background as well. Got a nice, slightly wheaty finish. But it's actually a little bit more of a Märzen than I expected on the flavour. Because I find with Märzens, they're a little bit more like cakey, caramelly. Especially Hacker-Schorr's Oktoberfest Märzen. That is one hard to beat beer, especially in its style. There's like a slight dankness, as you would expect with a lager. And thankfully it doesn't really come out in the taste. You get maybe a slight hint of a metallic taste, but it's really not offensive at all on the palate. And yeah, this is a really, really solid Oktoberfest beer. It's not been my favourite that I've tried this year. My favourite being the Hacker-Schorr Oktoberfest Märzen. That's just a truly world-class beer in my opinion. But this is nice. I'd probably put this in the third best that I've tried this year. Hacker-Schorr first, the Paulaner Oktoberfest beer second, and this is a really close third. Yeah, it's going to go well with salty food, fried meats, fish dishes. You could have it with like a light salad, a pasta dish, that sort of thing. Very, very versatile. It's not the most flavoursome of beers, but I think when you sat in the middle of Munich, you sat at, you know, a big like bench, you've got people surrounding you, you've got your friends and family there, you're soaking in the atmosphere. This beer is going to complement that perfectly. But there are like flavour notes that you can savour, and it's definitely, you know, a cut above the rest of a lot of lagers in general. I have a lot of time for like a Helles beer, for a lager, for a Pilsner. I've got a lot of time for the Stalk because sometimes you just want to drink that. You don't want to like have to worry about like a barrel aged like whiskey flavour or like a really sickly sweet milk stout, even though I love, you know, those two flavours. This is just a simple knock it back, enjoy it, and you've got something nice to drink as well. So in terms of beer, I could easily give that like an 8 going on 9 out of 10. I really can't fault it at all. This falafel's really quite nice actually. And the flavours from this, I won't be able to pick out flavours in food. Even though I've found that since doing BeerTube, I'm appreciating flavour a lot more in general, and I'm looking for like tasting notes. I'm trying to detect flavours that I'm trying. I'm a bit more experimental. I mean, I've always enjoyed like spices, that sort of thing, but it's just made me appreciate flavours in general a hell of a lot more. Yeah, it's a mighty fine lunch. Very happy with this. And of course, very, very happy with the beer. Augustiner, you did not disappoint. And yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the lager beer. That's just one of my all-time favourite beers, and it's just lacking that little bit of zing to make it up there. I mean, it is up there with the Hackeshaw Oktoberfest Märzen and the Paulaner Oktoberfestbier, but it's just maybe a little bit muted, and it doesn't have that like tiny thing that makes it a super special beer. But I don't think with a beer like this you're trying to go for that. You just try to create a mass amount of beer for a big festival, and it fits its purpose perfectly, and then some, because it's a damn nice beer. So 8 out of 10 I'm going to give this one. So if you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Tony, if you're watching this, highly recommended, because I know you also like the Heller's lager beer. And yeah, don't know if I'll be doing any more Oktoberfest beer reviews, because it's getting hard to find stuff aside from the main beers. I mean, there are a lot of Fest beers coming out, and a lot of like old stock from previous Fest related beers, and like beers celebrating the Reinheitsgebot's 500th anniversary. I think it's 500, but I don't really want to put those in with Oktoberfest. So if you see another video, then I suppose that's good, but if not, I hope you enjoyed these Oktoberfest beers. Links down below, as always, to Lee or Les Waller and my good friend Christian BrewBear, who have also done little series on Oktoberfest. And yeah, check out the playlist, because a lot of these beers are actually quite readily available back in the UK and in the US, especially the Paulaner, the Löwenbräu, the Hofbrau and Hackeshaw beers. I know they're very popular, but this is a good one. So I've waffled on for way too long. I really want to eat my food and finish my beer and get on with packing and that sort of thing. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to chatting with you guys again. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.